Hello everyone, I welcome all of you on Gate Chemical Planet and I would like to thank all the dear students who subscribed my channel. If you have not watched my last videos on HPCL previous year questions, then the link of all the videos are given in the description box. Then go to the link and watch the full video there. Okay, and also in I button my last videos are showing. On end screen also my last videos are showing. You can watch the full series for HPCL previous year questions. Okay, and please join me my Telegram group so that you can get the more notes and the books for the examination. So here, without wasting the time, just start the questions. So first question is, basically it is a 11 question because I have already discussed question number 1 to 10 in last thermodynamics series. So if you have not watched question number 1 to 10, then go to the link for question number 1 to 10. So this is question number 11. At the inversion point, Joule-Thomson coefficient is. So here in this question, the Joule-Thomson coefficient mu at inversion point is asked. So the value of mu at inversion point is asked in the question. So the value of mu is highly positive, highly negative, very small or 0. So student, Joule-Thomson coefficient, the value of mu at inversion point is 0. So D option is correct. Next question is 12th question. A solid is transformed into its vapor state without passing through the liquid state. At which point? So a solid is transformed into a vapor state without passing through the liquid state. So there is no liquid state is coming. Solid is directly converting into the vapor state. At which point? So the 4 options are given: triple point, boiling point, always, or the below triple point. So the correct option is below triple point. These questions are very tricky and very easy and many times asked in the previous year questions. So it is important to know these types of questions so that it may be easy in examination to attempt the question. Many times questions are repeated in the examination. So the next question is, activity is defined as. So the activity, how can we define the activity? So we can define activity with the help of Fi minus Fi naught. It is Fi upon F naught I. Okay, there is a correction here. Fi upon F naught I. Okay, so there is a correction. Option D is correct here. Option D is correct here. Okay, and it is not. Okay, Fi upon Fi naught. So now move to the next question. Clausius-Clapeyron equation is applicable in. So the Clausius-Clapeyron equation is applicable in melting process, in vaporization process, sublimation process. So the answer is all of these. So now we will move to the next question. 1 ton of refrigeration is defined as the heat rate corresponding to melting of 1 ton of ice. Okay, so here in the question it is given 1 ton of refrigeration is defined as the heat rate corresponding to melting of 1 ton of ice, and in which how much time is required for this. So 1 hour is required, 1 day is required, 1 minute is required, or none of these. So 1 ton of refrigeration is required for 1 day when heat rate is corresponding to melting of 1 ton of ice. So the correct option is 1 day. It means 24 hours. So the next question is, the law of thermodynamics which provides basis for measuring the thermodynamics property is what? So which law of thermodynamics provide basis for measuring the thermodynamic property. Okay, so it is the zeroth law. Zeroth law is provides basically the thermodynamics property basis. Okay, and what are the thermodynamics property? For example, temperature, pressure. Okay, so zeroth law is here correct option. So now move to the next question. Which is not a refrigerant? So here in the option, SO2 is refrigerant, ammonia is also refrigerant, CCl2F2 is a refrigerant. So the refrigerant which is not, the correct option is C2H4Cl2. Okay, it is not a refrigerant. All others are refrigerant. Next question is, work done in free expansion is. This question is very important question. Many times it is asked in various competitive exam. So please learn this question. Answer is very important. So see the answer carefully. So in free expansion, the work done is always 0. The correct option is A. So now we will come on to the 19th question. Joule-Thomson coefficient depends on pressure, temperature, or both A and B, and none of these. So the Joule-Thomson coefficient basically depends upon the pressure and temperature both. So the C option is correct for this question. Many question is asked for Joule-Thomson coefficient. So student, it is my request, see the Joule-Thomson effect and learn the theoretical portion about the Joule-Thomson coefficient. Okay, and dependency of Joule-Thomson coefficient, what is the value of Joule-Thomson coefficient, it is very important. So now move to the next question. The volume percentage for gases is equal to what? So the volume percentage is equal to weight percentage, or the mole percentage, or the mole percentage only for ideal gases, or volume percent is equal to weight percent only for the ideal gas. So student, it is very important, the volume percent for gas is always equal to the mole percent only for the ideal gases. So for ideal gases we can say volume percent is equal to the mole percent, okay, not the weight percent. So the correct option is B here. I request all the students, please subscribe to my channel more, okay, as this video is very very important to watch because it is related to your examination. Okay, so have a nice day. Thank you so much, and please join my Telegram group for notes and books. The link of Telegram channel is given in the description box.